Hi, today we'll be doing a demo of the wood processor we built last winter. So I'll show you how it works, and you can see what we're doing. I'll fire it up. we'll give you a walk around, give some of the specs and see some of the stuff. Maybe we'll see. So, it's a small item, but I have this stabilizer stand just to give it some more stability when you throw logs on. Fuel tanks off a snowmobile, I believe. This is a Kawasaki V-Twin CH940. It does pretty good, but it does not transition very well between load and no load. It does much better after you warm it up. 1000 cc. The hydraulic pump is off a John Deere, like an old tractor, maybe like a 4430, 4400, that type of thing. It is close center. I think it is about 36 gallons per minute, 32 or 36. I have this idler here. Where are we? Here we go. Idler that I can release a belt tension for starting, let the engine warm up, and so on. Then we have here a pusher cylinder. This is flow control for the saw speed. This is pressure relief for this hold down arm so that it doesn't press too hard. If it just presses too hard, then it would rather, like this steel here has been added, it would rather rip itself right off. So it's set pretty low. I wish I had a pressure relief on this saw actuator so that I couldn't press the saw down too hard. As it is right now, I could, just the twist of this bar against the wood, it can rip the bar right off of the saw, just with pressure. And the saw itself is started, when you tilt the saw over, then this hydraulic valve engages the hydraulics for the saw. It's basically a hydraulic switch, so that the saw is not running in the up position. This saw is off what's called a tree trimmer. Let's say Power Cruise, they'll have like one of these guys on a stick. It's hydraulically powered. This is an old one off eBay. I paid a bit under $250 US for it. And I sure like the variable height on this splitter wedge, on the horizontal splitter wedge. I call it the wing because it's off the other model that I saw. That was very nice. Here we have this side. Some valves have a lot of spools on this one. So you saw a little bit before, so there's, maybe you did, maybe not. You can load 3 or 4 logs on this chain, what we call the magazine. Definitely needs some tweaking, as you saw, but I can advance the magazine. Then the chain up in the trough is off a clean grain or return elevator off a John Deere combine, and another hydraulic spool for that. A lot of spools around here. We have the hold down arm going down, we have the splitter wing control, we have actually another spool I've got here underneath, just a loop of hydraulics. I'd like to build in the back here a bit of a loading conveyor, maybe about 12-18 feet, made out of that same John Deere clean grain elevator chain, so that you could actually stick it right into the shed there and load her straight in, or maybe onto the back of a truck or a pickup. So I have a spool that can drive that as well. We have the saw up down. Then when you activate the pusher plate here, you're supposed to actually pull both of these guys. Then when it gets to the end of its split, this one's supposed to kick out. Then this one, second lever, is supposed to retract the pusher and then kick out itself. Doesn't work great. Originally I tried to spec so we had enough hydraulic capacity to be able to split or to push the splitter, and while we're splitting to be able to get the saw going on the next cut, but doesn't seem to have the capacity for that. We paid a lot of money for that capacity and it's not quite delivering, so I'd say don't go for high capacity hydraulics, because as we can see, the splitting goes fast enough, or it does decently fast, and by the time you have the next the wood lined up and the hold down, then pretty much everything is retracted anyways. So maybe only go with 15 gallon minute type hydraulics, because the saw itself only takes about 8, and then everything else can go. We'll see a little bit how it works once this what do you call it, loading conveyor at the end, how much juice it needs. But these little Orbit motors, I'd probably put on a little Orbit motor like this one, or like this Magazine Advance, and they don't take very much. That loading unit doesn't take very much because you don't have very many pieces of wood going up there at a time. So it doesn't have to be super fast. Probably only takes 2 or 3 gallons a minute of hydraulic capacity. So, thanks for watching the video. I know a lot of you guys have been interested in asking, hey, I'd like to see it. I know not everybody can come out to see it, but we can see it like this, and we'll see what happens. Have a good day.